In today's session, we are going to do our usual yin yoga practice, but we're going to add in some tsang, some Chinese abdominal massage to start. So let's come down onto our back and I'll talk you through it. You might like to use a bolster behind the knees, but if you don't have a bolster, that's okay. We'll bring our legs together or our knees together, feet wide. Just notice what this does to your pelvic bone and your spine. Ideally, spine is heavy. Okay, so take your time. You might like to bring hands onto the body, maybe one at heart center, one below the navel, deep in the belly. And give yourself some time to relax. There won't be much to see on the screen today, so just bring your attention inwards. So, as I'm sure you know by now, Western medicine mostly treats things after there's a problem. But with our traditional Chinese medicine, we're not so much treating symptoms, but we're looking to causes of imbalance. And this thing of just bringing our attention and our noticing to the belly is a big part of that. We'll be connecting with elements of digestion and immune system, lymphatic system, respiration. So many elements of how the body functions. But to start, let's just follow a few breaths. See if you can feel the breath in the back of your ribs. You might like to breathe out through the mouth. Just allow the next breath to come. Don't have to try to breathe. All we do is need to just bring our attention to it. It'll change itself. So move away from effort. See if you can give each breath all the time that it needs. What can I notice about my body today? Every day is different. Mind will drag you away, but see if you can bring attention back to the breath. Okay, we're going to take both hands to the lower belly now. So you might be a few inches below the navel. Keeping the spine heavy. Just let the hands sink as you sigh out, and then the next breath will make them rise. And then allow them to sink as you sigh out. Notice if you're holding tension in the shoulders, or it could be in the jaw or the neck. Just let your arms be heavy. Drop your elbows down. You might think, why am I always holding tension in my shoulders? See if you can keep that feeling of hands sinking as you sigh and then rising effortlessly with the breath. So let the breath come. If there's any tension or tightness in the face, invite a little cheeky smile. You might just notice softening, letting go of tightness and tension. These are the true causes of illness, imbalance. You might start to just become aware of how tight or tense you feel on this day. Why is it? Maybe you don't have to know why, you just have to notice the pattern. Invite in a feeling of release. Mind is always asking why, trying to solve problems, but just notice habit, energy, habitual patterns. Now, you're welcome to keep your hands over your clothes if you're feeling like you might like to have a more direct skin on skin contact. Just switch over to that. It's not too important, but might serve you. See if you can feel the middle of your palm. This is our Laogam point, directly over the navel. One palm stacked over the other. Pericardium number 6. Key connection of our body to our earth element, our sense of feeling grounded and nurtured and nourished. Okay, now we're going to take our fingers more directly onto the navel. So you might curl the fingers in. And this is a sensitive part of our body. It's where our life force begins when we're attached to our own mother. Allow your breath to come and go. So now both sets of fingers are curling into that center. And as you sigh out, you might attach to a kind of pulsing of the aorta. When you breathe in, fingers will rise. Take a deep sigh. And maybe you find this pulse of the aorta. Notice how regular or scattered it might be. Allow the breath to come and go. And if this is a kind of awkward or vulnerable point of the body for you, just notice that too. Inviting in a sense of softening, sinking, surrendering. Nothing to fix here. You can really empty out your next breath. Deep sigh. No sense of forcing or pushing through the fingers. Just let them sink down. All right, we're going to start to gently massage the skin around the navel. You might like to start just scooping, and maybe you have all kinds of issues with your belly. That's okay. Just explore. So if you're below the navel, you'll be on your small intestine, 7 meters of place in our body, or sorting and absorbing nutrients, vitamins, things that our cells need to function. Just explore. And again, this might feel really vulnerable, really sensitive. That's okay. I'm not trying to fix anything. We're inviting our body's attention into maybe a part of the body that we ignore. You might think, I don't know how to massage my belly, but it's kind of self-explanatory. What can we notice today? Okay, we're going to go over to the upper right hand side of the navel now, up towards the ribs. So this is where our liver is. And again, just gently scooping, massaging in. Liver has many functions: sorting, absorbing, purifying blood, moving, directing chi. If your mind drifts away, just invite it back to the breath. And from here, we're going to go right above the navel. So just above the navel is the point where our diaphragm attaches to our body. So this is a kind of knobbly bit just below the point where the ribs meet. And don't press too hard on that. It's quite a sensitive point. But you might like to just explore just below that point where the diaphragm attaches. And see if you can feel the kind of pull of the diaphragm on the side of the body. Lungs are opening, expanding, and then contracting. All right, from here, keep going over to the left-hand side under the ribs. Now we're getting to where our stomach is. And again, just massaging gentle pulses next to our stomach, our spleen and pancreas. You might come back down towards the navel. Let's follow our large intestine. If you go down to your right hip, we're going to trace the large intestine up towards the liver. And then our transverse colon goes right across to where the stomach is. And then let's trace our descending colon down towards the left hip. And we might come back where we started, one palm over the other on our navel. And just following the breath again. Notice if that tension has crept back into the shoulders. You might like to take a deep breath, sense of letting go, elbows sink, shoulders sink, jaw relaxes. See if you can find any softening around the eyes, maybe the corners of your eyes, all those little wrinkles we love. Maybe lift the eyebrows. Whole upper body is heavy. So these qualities we're working with our earth element today, qualities of nourishment. You might think of the last meal you've eaten with gratitude, maybe gratitude for all the healthy food in the fridge. Another earth element quality is one of feeling held or nurtured. So you might just notice the support of the ground, how nice it is to be heavy to the ground, not so much in our head, busy thinking. So as we connect with our stomach and spleen and intestines, we're moving away from this head heavy, problem solving heavy way of living, just allowing an element of trust, trust in the harmony of nature, the natural flow of the seasons, day to night, trust in the inner wisdom of our body to always move towards healing. Maybe trust that we already have the answers that we need. Don't need to be trying so hard. Just become a little effortless for a moment. You might like to just do a few belly waves, kind of scooping with the heel of the palm to the fingers from one side to the other. Heel of the palm presses, roll through the hand to the fingers. It's like there's a kind of wave moving across the body. And then we're going to stack our Laogam point, the middle of our palm over our navel, and just start taking tiny circles, just the size of a pin or a pea. And we're going to let our back body be heavy as these circles expand and become a little bigger. And they might grow out as wide as our rib cage. Take your time getting there, just slowly expanding. Ideally, we're moving in a clockwise direction. Clock can be a bit odd when you're looking down, but we want to be going from the start of the large intestine, so right hip and then up and then down towards the left hip. So that version of clockwise. And just let the hands slowly expand until you can feel the hip bones, the pelvic bone, the ribs. And then when you're ready, we're going to change direction. So now we're going back towards the right hip, up from the left hip. And this time the circles are going to slowly contract and get smaller. Notice if that tension's come back in the chin or the jaw or the shoulders. Let your arms be heavy. When your circles can't get any smaller, just rest over the belly for a few breaths. Right back where we started, just letting the breath come and go. Belly rising and falling. You might like to, please take your time, just maybe removing your bolster or just drawing the knees into the chest, little rock and roll, side to side. And then when you feel ready, we're just going to roll over onto our side. I might like to take a breath or two here. And then we'll slowly press ourselves up. See if you can bring your head up last of all. And just take a moment, notice how you feel. All right, let's go into our yin practice today. So it's going to be a little bit more earth element today. upper body is going to come back down.
You might have your head on the ground, or you might like to use support of your hands or even your bolster. And just feel the belly expanding out towards the ankles and thighs. Hands can slowly come outside the ears and take your time lifting up.
Let's extend our legs in front of the body. And we're going to take them wide. You might like to just let your upper body roll forward, not trying to get anywhere, just letting it be heavy using gravity. Deep sighs. Maybe the next breath takes you a little deeper, maybe not. You might like to just keep the head heavy and walk the hands a little from one side to the other. Just notice this element of inviting in a little bit of a massage into those organs under the ribs, stomach, liver, spleen. Head and arms stay as heavy as you can manage. And then we'll just slowly walk the hands back, come up tall. This time we're going to bring one foot in. Either side is fine. Our elbow is going to come down in front of the knee, and then our top shoulder is going to roll back. Now, this might be all you want to do. Just sinking into it, but if it feels good for you, you might press past the ear and take that top arm over. Just feel that space open up in shoulder and ribs. Might be quite strong discomfort, but breathe into it, sink into it. Body is finding space. Space in the fascia, our connective tissue, where all our bioelectrical messages travel. Each sigh might sink a little deeper, maybe, maybe not. When you feel ready, slowly coming up, take your time. And you might like to do a little windscreen wipe before going to the other side. When you're ready, standing out, elbow coming inside the knee. Everyone will look a little bit different in this shape. Maybe this is as far as you want to go. Or you might like to reach the arm past the ear. Roll that top shoulder back as far as you can. Let the body find the space itself. No need to reach or try and touch toes or anything. We're just using gravity, using the earth. Take two more breaths here. When you're ready, head comes up, slow as you can manage. Maybe take the hands behind, open through the hips. We're going to go a little deeper into the hips. You might like to come onto your cushion or bolster. You can be on the ground if you need to. This time we're going to take one leg under and the other leg over. So a little bit of a kind of shoelace tie. Now, your knees might be stacked or they might look quite different to mine. That's okay. Just whatever works for your body. Feet either side of the hips or as close as you can manage. You might like to give yourself a little foot rub as you sink into this really strong shape. For me, this is one of the strongest yin yoga shapes, really strong sensation in this point where our femur bone meets our pelvis. Take a breath, sink into it. Head can just be heavy, shoulders relaxed. You might like to let your belly expand out from the center, radiating out. See if you can send your breath right to the hips. Before we come out of this shape, we're going to add in a little bit of a twist. And to do that, we're going to take our hand past the top knee, other hand behind the body, and use the breath. Keep your spine as long and tall as you can. Maybe next breath allows the twist to sink a little deeper. And then we'll bring the arms back to the center. We're going to set up for the other side. You might like to just paddle out again, making sure knees feel happy. Bring the heel in close. Each side of your body will probably feel quite different. Mine feels quite different, not at all in alignment. Once you feel your knees are as close as stacked as you can manage, feet to the side, you might like to have another little foot rub, maybe. And then just let head be heavy, feeling into this strong sensation in the hips. See if you can really settle into the silence of the sensation. In the Tao Te Ching, it says, those that talk don't know, and those that know don't talk. So close your mouth, block off your senses, blunt your sharpness, untie your knots, soften your glare, settle your dust. I really like these instructions, very simple. Here they are again. Close your mouth, block off your senses, blunt your sharpness, untie your knots, soften your glare, settle your dust. Can we truly embrace this stillness? Quietening down of our busy thinking, worrying mind. Okay, before we leave this shape, let's come up tall again. We're going to take our arm past the knee, other arm behind the body, just adding in a little bit of twisting into the spine. Use your breath. Okay, when you're ready, you might like to untangle the legs, extend the feet out, maybe a little bit of fluid rocking of the tailbone, of the hips, inviting chi to flow back through. We're just going to have a few minutes in our final resting shape. You might like to extend the arms down by the side and then roll the thumbs a little wider out towards the ground. Just notice your back body maybe coming off the shoulders, a little more space. And from this open-hearted, open chest feeling, we might just allow our abdominal breath again to rise and fall. I like to stretch fingers or wiggle toes. When you feel ready, roll onto the side of the body. And then slowly pressing up. Let's bring hands together. And as we always do, just a moment in gratitude for our choice to practice on this day. And then, of course, let's bow to each other.